All right, we're back again with another Hebrew lesson. This is the 10th lesson, which means we're learning the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is the Yod. There it is. That's how you pronounce it, Yod. And it makes a y noise, just like our English letter Y. And it's actually very similar to the Y because it also sometimes is used as a vowel. But we won't really get into that right now. But the word I want to teach you that begins with the Yod is this. This says Yod, and you can see the Yod is right here, and it's kind of a little letter compared to the other letters. Kind of just floats up there. But this is pronounced Yod, Yod. Kind of like a Y-A-D noise, Yod. And this word means hand. Yod means hand. And we see this word a ton, and I love seeing this word because most of the time, we're talking about the hand of someone. Usually it's the hand of God. So something coming from the hand of God or the hand of God reaching out is where we see the word Yod a ton in the Hebrew Bible. And I want to teach you one little thing about the Yod that it's important to know as we read Hebrew. So over here I want to show you that sometimes the Yod is used like this. And this is called a suffix. Very fancy word. It's called a pronominal suffix. And what it means is that when you add it to the end of a word, it does something very important. So we have, in English, you would write my hand. My hand. This word tells you who owns the hand. Whose hand is it? It's mine. My hand, right? So you put a word in front of hand to show whose hand it is. But in Hebrew, if you want to show who something belongs to, you put these letters on the tail end of it. You put them on the back. So watch. For Yod, we just add those letters. Now we have Yadi. Yadi. Kind of a funny sounding word. Yadi. And now instead of just meaning hand, now we added my. So together, Yadi means my hand. Instead of doing a separate letter, you just tack on a vowel to the end of the word you already have. There you go. Yadi means my hand. Yod just means hand, but when you add E at the end, Yadi, now it means my hand. And we're going to see this word come up over at the desk as we read a verse out of our Hebrew Bible. So let's go do that right now. All right, I got my Hebrew Bible. We're going to be reading Ezekiel 20, verse 6, and we'll read just the first half of the verse where we'll find our word of the week. So here we go. Bayom ha-ho nashati yadi. There's our word of the week, yadi. Lahem lahotziyam me eretz mitzrayim. Okay, mitzrayim. So what do we got here? It says Bayom ha-ho, and in that day, Nashati Yadi. This is God speaking, he says, I lifted up my hand. Yadi, remember, Yad means hand, and E means my. So God says, I lifted up my hand, Lahem, to them, Lahotsiyam, to bring them out of Me Eretz Mitzrayim, the land of Egypt. So what does this verse say? God says, I lifted up my hand. On that day I lifted up my hand to them, and them is the Israelites, to bring them out of the land of Egypt. And then the verse continues to talk about how he brought them to the promised land of flowing milk and honey. And a lot of times we see Yod and Yadi from the perspective of God. God saying, I lifted up my hand, or I stretched out my hand for my people. And that's what we have right here in Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 6. We can find our word of the week, which is Yadi, which means my hand. Thanks for watching. Please tune in next week. We're going to do a review lesson from our last 5 episodes of Hebrew. So there you go. You can check that out next week.